Hello and welcome to Swing and a Crit Miss, a podcast where my friends and I play Tales of the Valiant by Kobold Press. We're not professionals, we're not amazing gamers, we're just having a good time, and we hope you will too. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and welcome to Swing and a Crit Miss. Alrighty, so we last left off on a rather defeated party at this moment. I'm going to retcon just a little bit of stuff that I said, because I looked at my notes literally right after we ended. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to have happen. So, the Dragon of Death that you guys encountered last time. I said last time that it flew off into the direction of Talstadt. It did not fully fly off into the direction of Talstadt. You saw it rise into the air and then disperse in a cloud of black, and it just dissipated and disappeared.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
So, you guys...
Sounds like problem solved.
Problem solved, hey. Get a load of that guy. So you guys are currently standing at essentially the edge of an erupted mountain without a volcano being involved. Like, you guys look down and you see the giant cave structure that was there about, however many, 200 feet down that you managed to climb out of from the stair. And you see elementals running. You see cave drakes running. You see all of these critters that were around this area have fled for many, many, many miles around. You see, what used to be these mountain ranges could almost start to become a complete, plateau or mesa at this point, with the amount of destruction that has happened to this long-standing mountain range. You guys are standing there with the three companions of Knutt. And you're all just kind of taking in, watching this dark cloud almost kind of evaporate into the rest of the sky.
Well, I don't know if I should be more questioning to you folks, or if perhaps we all should be more questioning to Sirer. What was that?
All of the other interns and scholars so, how do you fucking know? What the hell?
Probably something bad.
Because that is a fair guesstimate of things. Knut sort of looks around and looks down and starts counting his toes and makes sure he didn't leave anything behind in the dash out of here. And as he's doing so, he just sort of sits down, makes a motion that he's going to get up, but then just sort of stays sitting down for a little bit.
I'll go over to it, Brenin. I'm glad we didn't do anything rash, my friend. Pat him on the shoulder.
I just noticed that Zach is wearing a Brenin t-shirt.
Number one fan.
Number one.
Authentic Brenin.
Authentic
t-shirt.
Brenin.
We have merch, guys. I'm kidding.
Oh
No, it's Brennan's Marine.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, that just has been
It's spelled
it's where my dad used to work.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Brenin is just looking off into space, toes at the edge of the crater.
Well, you lot. And then I'll motion to Knutt and team, the other people. Are you off to tell your quest keeper about what happened here then?
As you say that, you feel a hand on your shoulder, Auran. I'm afraid you've already made it quite noticeable. And you see
just like from the
Soror
office. Fuck.
appears from behind Auran. Knutt, you recognize Soror as the high elfin form that he is. Very long eyebrows, very tall ears, long blonde hair that goes down to about past his shoulders, wearing these red and purple, very ornamental robes. You notice, all of you, this is a fairly distinct difference, no matter how small it is, that in spite of his very regal appearance that he normally has, there is a distinct cut on his cheek that he has that is different from when all of you last saw him.
Does it look recent?
Looks like a something that's been patched up and is now sort of healing over, kind of scabbed over. From what you can tell, it's definitely deep enough that it'll probably leave a decent scar.
Now you show up. Where the hell were you 30 minutes ago when we had a big decision to make?
I was previously occupied, and quite frankly, I have many underlings who have to contact me in various capacities. Though I do appreciate you staying on top of this.
Previously occupied is quite a word for it. I hope that that taking care of business on the boss's dollar was worth the catastrophic effect that just happened here. I hope you have payment with you. Otherwise, I don't know why you bothered arriving.
Payment as rendered, and he materializes a sack, and it has 2,000 gold for you, and then he tosses same sacks to your 3 companions as well.
I will
So
put
enlighten
that
me.
in my inventory.
Enlighten me, Soror. What was that?
Well, you're the ones who were down there. I figured you could tell me. I've been busy investigating a small, similar doorway in the Manarot deserts that a few of my other interns went into and did not come out of.
Is that ours?
What?
Yep.
Yep.
We got out.
Did we finish? Yep.
We got out.
He hasn't heard from any of your people.
Oh.
Who's our people? What are you talking about?
This was
The one shot.
a slight little one shot when we had some people who couldn't make it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A misadventure. With different
Sounds like it went well.
Yeah.
So there are more than one giant evil dragon mountains in the area?
Well, we went down, and there was a strange creature known as a Balara down there.
Oh.
Not necessarily something that destroyed the entirety of a mountain ridge, but powerful enough that it caused quite a bit of problems for the rest of us. However, not near the scale of that which you encountered.
Whatever it is ancient. It seems like it's been around for a long time.
That is what we gathered from the Balara as well. A strange, naturistic creature, but very angry. Now this thing,
This one,
what can you tell me about it?
it claimed to be locked up under the mountain, or sealed, maybe is a better word. Stuck. And there were critters about that were helping to guard it, but...
It
perhaps...
seems like they were losing their. Some of them were losing their wherewithal,
Yeah, they were
becoming
about
more
as imprisoned.
animalistic.
They're about as
Then-
imprisoned as the dragon was.
Yeah.
We encountered no such things at the other doorway. The other doorway, however, was collapsed and destroyed. I'm guessing something happened to it during the explosion of magic that caused the apocalypse, which rendered the Mana Rot deserts what they are today.
Who is Celebrim?
I have no idea what that name means.
Insight.
Roll an insight check. Go for it.
Your insight checks with this guy are not great. Or at least they haven't been.
14?
13.
13? He has solidly no idea. You definitely know there are times when he tends to keep information close to his chest, and he's generally a general wily person and very secretive. He's straight up telling you, I have no idea what that name is.
What about Craxus?
Similar. I have no idea what that name means. What you encountered down there seems to be a complete mystery, and I find that fascinating.
Whatever it was, Brenin seems to have been the key to keeping it locked up, according to it and everything around.
I'll glare at Odavius at the release of information.
And
Knutt will too.
and our grand watcher couldn't hold to his oath, protecting things from beyond the realm. Just staring, smiling smugly at you.
I don't know, your side piece over there, and I'll side-eye Knutt, talked us out of it, or said that, he's bluffing. Said the thing was bluffing, and that nothing was actually going to happen, and now there's a crater in the earth. So
Looks like Knutt. I thought I would have chosen my representatives a bit more smartly.
Well, let me maybe paint a picture here. Mr. Searer, sorry, I forgot your name there.
Soror.
Soror, you paid me money. I don't care what your name is anymore. We had a critter that was imprisoned and wanted nothing more than to get out. Why would you ever trust a word he would be saying as to how to keep him in?
Well, I suppose it can't be helped. What's done is done. Well, and he kind of looks in the direction of Knutt and your three companions, the goblin, hobgoblin, and human lady.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pay you extra if you'd like to keep watch over this. See what happens over this site. Maybe go down further, see if you can collect any other materials now that it seems abandoned.
What do my companions seem to be looking? Not these guys, but Alicia, Rock, and Ha.
They seem more bewildered than anything. Since they weren't there with you during the whole interaction with this dragon. And so they seem less scarred, more just confused at what exactly the fuck happened. And so you see they seem somewhat agreeable to staying here, but there is that slight little bit of some shit just exploded the mountain. We should probably not stay here for long.
I think I will pass on that business endeavor.
Well, can't be helped. I'll send more over here as soon as I can. Well, it seems like this crew's usefulness is proving reliable, though not necessarily in the way I intend. Auran, you remain useful in some capacity outside of this world in uncovering secrets. But I do hope you know that one day I will come and find you, and keep you in that little tiny glass bottle that we talked about before. Until then, toodaloo.
I fear it won't be as easy as you think it will, Soror.
Before you even get a chance to say that, he says toodaloo and then disappears. What are you guys doing now? You see Leisha, Ta, and Rock are all kind of debating back and forth with each other on whether it's worth staying now that things are actually left. Kind of look into the crater, see what's moving. Nothing down there.
I'm going to step off to the side and do a quick sending, just with a basic check-in with the sis. Nothing, not giving away too many details of what just happened. Just a very simple, hey, I'm alive. How's it going?
To who?
To my sister.
All right, you kind of send a basic checkup. You get a panicked response saying, "What the fuck just happened to the mountains?"
I will send back another one saying, explosion, unsure of origin, stay away from mountains.
You get a response back saying, "Stay safe, whatever you're doing."
I'll go over to Brenin. Are you all right?
No.
You feel we should have sacrificed you?
Yes.
I'll step up next to him. There's no guarantee that what you would have done anything except for delay the inevitable.
And if I could have delayed it 1 minute, it would have been enough. It would have been worth it. Because in that extra minute, Soror could have come and could have helped.
He didn't know anything about this. So there would have been nothing he could have done either. And now, you have the opportunity to fight with us to stop whatever this is. To investigate it, to figure out what the hell is going on here. Instead of you being left down there as a distant memory, only for this to happen again and however long it takes for your blood to run out. Instead of it being a temporary fix, now you can work to figure out this problem and end it completely.
Brenin, if you were to die, who would remember Kara and Addison?
Obviously, you would.
I didn't know them.
You remember their names?
I didn't know them like you did.
You guys could have taken all this information, however long it would have given, to the people who can find the answers.
Knutt will sort of step forward or over. Brenin, I think perhaps you put too much trust into the words of things others say. That creature down there wanted
That
you
is
dead.
the damn truth. I trusted your words, all of your words, And look where it got us.
Potentially to the
was
exact
ready.
same spot that
Why
we would have
could none of you help me do that? Whether it was going to be 1 extra second, or it could have been years. People would have known.
Brenin, what is the
You
one
guys
thing...
could have gone, notified people, and then found a solution to keep it that way.
What is the one
Just
thing
one
the
life.
dragon...
Now, how many lives are going to be lost because we set this thing free?
What is the one thing the dragon consistently said it wanted? And what was the one thing the dragon was egging you to do?
Sacrifice.
So would that not have been giving the dragon exactly what it was asking for? It's playing a mind game with you, and you bought it hook, line, and sinker. We were in a lose-lose position. It was in a win-win. On one hand, you sacrifice yourself, the dragon sits for a little while longer. Who knows? On the other hand, the dragon gets rid of the one thing that could keep it at bay.
He's not the only one who can keep it at bay.
Who's the
How do you
others?
know? You don't know that. We're all taking this on the word of the enemy.
Indeed.
Perhaps you're the
I'm gonna
last in
step
the
up.
line of Celebrim, and you, like Knutt said, perhaps you dead ensures its freedom or its power. We don't know.
I'm going to step up right into Brennan's face. Don't you ever ask me to do something like that ever again. What am I supposed to think? How am I supposed to feel if I'm the one that deals the blow? Don't you ever ask me to do that again.
You're right.
That would have absolutely crippled me. To lose my
Never
best
ask you to do
friend.
that again.
I can't lose you. You're the closest thing I've had since everything, and I'm storm off.
You see Leisha kind of looking around, slowly sets down, kind of relights the fire that you guys had at this little camp around the door, and just kind of sits with Ta and Locke, and just kind of tries their best to not be involved in any of this business, but trying to sort of get some form of comfort on these mountains here started, as they kind of prep meal, even for all of you, getting some rations out and things like that ready to cook.
I'll go over and help with that as well.
Brenin, you're brave, and you're willing to sacrifice yourself to help others. But was there a part of you that wanted to sacrifice yourself so you wouldn't have to face yourself anymore?
Part of me just wanted to see them again.
I understand.
Could have done something worthwhile.
You have already. You've helped so many in the Bulwark. With Odavius, the impact you've had on his life, I know Addison and Kara would be so proud of you. And now you can continue to help people. And we'll be here with you. Now I'll leave him to his thoughts.
The hours waste by, and some awkward silence, some small conversation happening with Soror's original crew here, talking about, debating back and forth with each other about whether or not they should go investigate what's left underneath the mountain. Slowly, the sun begins to set. The cascading views. Oh, yeah?
Sorry to interrupt. Is what's her name? The human woman?
Leisha?
I'm gonna go over just small talk with her.
Okay.
But continue.
Kind of talks with you a little bit. So, were you, like, with Soror at some point. Seemed to be a little personal with you.
Yeah, hate relationships, you know, bad breakup.
Oh, well, okay. Fair. All right, well. Kind of talks a little bit about what you guys did down there that they couldn't see while they were kind of sitting and waiting on the outside and various things. The sun slowly sets. Reds and purples kind of cascading across the sky.
As the evening's going down, Rock and Ta and I are playing hot potato with some of the leftovers. Like literally hot potato.
Literal hot potato going
Trying
back
to
and
just
forth.
cut the tension. You have a good recreational evening.
I'll pull a Knutt.
Yes.
Knutt, do you know things of the arcane? Magical?
Well, as much as anyone can claim to, really. That's been my goal of study, is to get better with it.
Do you have, and I'll look around, and I'll write on a piece of parchment, do you have a device that's communicating with Soror, like a sending stone or something like that, where you can hear us, essentially?
Do I?
You had that little, like, enchanted scroll that you could, like, write something out to him and he would receive it.
Right, and was that a one-time use, or has it got more uses?
It's a very basic, like, message cantrip over long distances, so you can use it intermittently, but it's only written communication, and it's not necessarily a guarantee that he'll get back to you right away. It basically, like, is an email where he can check his inbox later and be like, oh, yep.
Can MSN Messenger him, but that's about it.
Yeah.
MySpace?
MySpace.
Do you know of any kind of magic that could contain someone in a small space? A jar, perhaps.
In a jar? I mean, you hear legends about mystical critters trapped in lamps. I don't know if that counts as a jar or not. I mean, there's all sorts of magic that can imprison things. What is the mountain underneath which the dragon was, if not just a very large, square, stony jar? So, presumably.
I wish to find a way to free someone from those bonds.
Well, whatever can be done by magic can be undone by magic, at least as far as we have found evidence for. Just have to be good enough.
Would you perhaps be interested in trying to find out more about this?
I sort of pick up a notebook out of my sort of pockets and whatnot. I flip about halfway through and you see him write down a note. It's on my to-do list now. We'll get to it at some point.
What you saw down there, I am... And I'll let my arm, Athena's arm, sink, and then a shadow arm will kind of come out. I am not what I seem, as you know.
Oh, that does make a whole lot more sense. So in some ways you're like a puppeteer.
Yes, this is a vessel, and I'll look at my hand. But I'm not the stereotypical ghoul that you probably read in your research studies, or shadow that attacks innocents. I wish to grow as all of you humanoids do, and help people as much as we can. But Soror is a threat, and I want to protect myself if something happens. So I need to know more about his capabilities.
This is answering a lot of questions, really. If you would have told me this 14 hours ago, I wouldn't have believed you in the littlest bit, but I think I've had a perspective change here. Sure. I'll take you at your word with it. What's the worst you could do? Certainly not worse than that. Soror is looking into that, so he's already up on the list a little bit higher than I think you ever could be for being a risk.
Yes, we are a ragtag crew, that is for sure. I'll look over at the other two, wherever they are. And if you're looking to find out more about this world and perhaps what's going on, perhaps you should join us.
Do you pay?
No. We pay, and what we find, we'll split.
Could you pay?
No. Fortunately, we are the ones that do the work, so I can't. You would be with us when doing it. Perhaps we could take jobs together, or anything we find on the job, we would split, and you would earn an equal portion.
I think that would work, but I think staying and adventuring is probably good for you. Once you're free of Soror and you've got whatever you're looking for, don't go into business management. You don't have a knack for it.
Very well, but something to think about.
No, I don't need to think about it. I'm in.
Very well. I hope the others will agree, because I didn't ask them first.
Well, some of them probably could do with a little bit of decision-making relief for a little while. They seem like they've got plenty of stuff on their minds already. How does that work for you? Do you happen to have a mind? Do you have two minds?
One. I don't, unfortunately, know anything of what happened to this woman before she passed.
Are they, like, clothes, then? Do they wear out? Do you have to put them in well, I suppose you have to wash? I'm so confused.
As you ask if I wash things, you get a little pungent aroma, and you realize you didn't need to ask that question.
Oh, no. So what would you like me to call you then? So I've heard you call two things now.
My name is Auran.
Okay.
Auran Knight. But I go by my vessel's name to avoid detection. This one is Athena.
Okay. So you prefer Athena
In public places.
Public, Auran in polite company.
Exactly.
So what happens if you pick a vessel that you didn't... Wait, so... No. You didn't kill Athena, did you?
Mm-mm. I did not. I found her in a morgue, whatever equivalent of this.
We robbed him.
Insight check. I don't know if I believe him.
Roll an insight check.
That's exactly what a ghoul would say to me, wouldn't it? No, I didn't kill the person. They were dead already. Sure.
Now drink this and don't wake up.
Yes.
That's a 5. I believe you wholeheartedly. You could tell me to walk off a cliff and I'd follow.
Yeah.
All right. You guys kind of finish having a conversation, kind of catching each other up on your histories of things that you might have done here and there across the past couple months, maybe. And you all kind of settle in for an uneasy night right next to the crater of probably the largest catastrophe since the apocalypse. You guys settle down for the evening. Auran, you hear another voice in your head. A gravelly voice, similar to the one you've heard when you were first contacted. And it says, "A seal is broken. Come to the formation." And you get an image of that same rock formation in Gellen that you previously saw before in a separate vision.
Is this the demon boy? The incarnate guy?
Nope. This is a separate voice. Yeah, a while ago, you got a vision of a rock formation that was not in the mountains, it was in Gellen. Yep.
Yes. I got a message, gravelly voice, visual rock formation. Yeah, my notes are so good.
Yep.
Maybe.
But that's all you get. Seal is broken, come to the formation.
And it's in Gellen?
Yep.
So, like, the city of Gellen? Or the region?
The region of Gellen. The capital is called something that I can't remember because my map is not in front of me.
Hold on. Stulon.
What?
Stulon. I have that written as the capital of Gellen.
Yes, sure. I believe you.
Is it a
the conglomerate? There it is.
Oh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you, with the sort of vision, you get an understanding with it of, like, sort of coordinates of where to go in order to see this. Like, you kind of just get an inkling of, like, oh, that's that way in Gellen. You get the idea that it's towards sort of the southern part of Gellen, a little bit closer to the Manarat deserts.
is a rock formation. So it's like Stonehenge rock formation, or is there anything written on the stones?
It is a natural base formation, so it's not like Stonehenge where they like set up like pillars. Seems sort of almost like a cave that is not buried within a side of a mountain. It seems almost like a small dome made of rock. It seems like a natural formation, but it doesn't seem naturally made, if that makes sense. Like some sort of power has made this.
Okay. Great. I'll go to bed.
All right. You all go to bed. Rest. And you all wake up the next morning. Fairly easy. Some of you wake up.
When I wake up,
What?
when I wake up, I'm gonna step like away from the group, and I'm gonna pull out a very crude drawing that I've been keeping, that I've been drawing on the side of Primrose, and I'm gonna be leaning against a rock, looking at the drawing, unaware of my surroundings.
Okay. You guys all wake up. Sun is rising. Slowly gumming up. You all wake up on your own separate places. What are you guys doing?
The successful long rest.
Yep.
Aw, you'll love to hear it. You'll love to hear it.
Gentlemen, I'll go up to my two compatriots. With our friend Prim being tied up for the moment, I figured it would be useful to have another set of hands, and Knutt has been happy or willing enough to join us.
I'm not there.
I was assuming we would gather after you're done fantasizing about. Are you just not coming to everybody?
No, I stepped away.
Brenin, I'm saying to you then.
Where are we going?
I got an image of a rock formation again, saying that the seal was broken. And I'll point to the south of Gellen. Somewhere over there, there's a rock formation that might give us more answers as to what thing is out there. So perhaps we should head there.
Let's.
Wonderful! Bright and cheery once again, Brendan. Odavius! And I'll go find him.
Kind of see Odavius kind of standing off in a corner, just staring wistfully off into the distance.
No need to be shy, Odavius. We're all over
And
there.
at a piece of paper.
Oh, yeah.
I don't hear him.
I will... Hello! Shake him a little bit.
As you walk up, you will see the crude but recognizable, somewhat, drawing of Primrose. And as soon as you touch me, I quickly push it away into my pack.
Clarification?
What?
Is she clothed?
Yes. I'm not an animal.
Yes, Knutt has joined us.
Great.
Ah,
Lovely.
perfect. I love that you're so excited.
You have no idea. That is absolutely caked with sarcasm.
I will completely not recognize that it's sarcasm. Love to hear that. Odavius, come with us. Let's gather up, and I'll point in the direction of the south. The image over there, rock formation, it might tell us more what it has to do with the dead dragon thing. Let's go over there.
Whatever.
Ah, glad we're all happy again.
While this is happening, while Auran is kind of gathering up, Alicia, Locke, and Ta all come up to you, Knutt. Listen, we've all been talking. Ta kind of talks, and we decided that we're going to be staying around and looking, because if there's a way to undo something, it's down there somewhere. Whether Soror is going to help us out or not, we're going to try and figure it out.
I think that's a smart decision. Just do be careful. I think all of this is a little bit more dangerous than we were led to believe.
I mean,
Care for you to not get quite as smashed as good old Bill was.
Leisha kind of speaks up. You know, we should have just not gone down the stairs in the first place.
Curiosity killed the cat, or archaeology awoken the dragon, depending on how you like to look at things.
You're bad with
Amazing.
sayings.
Am I?
Yes.
I'm sure I've read that one somewhere before. So you can't blame me. You have to blame someone else. Knut sort of slaps his book shut. You see he was journaling using the teeniest, little, small bird feather. Not a real quill, but the smallest bird feather you can imagine. Holding it about like this and just scratching the worst handwriting in the smallest print possible. Smudges everywhere. He seems quite content with his writings, but goodness knows no one can read it. And he starts packing up his stuff.
All right. Well, you guys kind of start packing up camp. Leisha, Locke, and Ta are all kind of maintaining theirs. You see them kind of doing some various magics to kind of send out information and messages, trying to get supplies and things for a longer extended stay. But other than that, they seem to be ready to sit down here for a while. The rest of you four, adventuring party, what are you guys doing? Heading out?
Sifting our way around this crater, apparently.
Okay. Guys kind of begin moving around, going back down to the other side of the mountains over to Gellen. You notice... What?
I was going to say, I lean over to Auran, but that may be not doable right now. So I'll lean over instead to Odavius. I've talked to you before, and I'll go, how far of a walk is this?
I'll turn to him, look him up and down. 5 minutes tops. And keep walking.
Oh, good. I wouldn't want to get like a blister or anything, and I'll sort of prance along and try and keep up.
You guys continue for much longer than 5 minutes, for a little bit. One thing you notice is that these mountains are silent. There is no signs of life within these mountains at this point. Everything is just gone. Whether it's run off, whether it's destroyed or killed, you're not sure, but it is silent throughout your journey, beyond the scuffle of your footsteps and intermittent talking from time to time.
Is this entire mountain range rubble, or is it just the area?
It is one specific, area surrounding it, but it goes on for, a mile was probably the size of the hole, the size of the crater that you guys left, and you guys kind of went around.
How in the hell does my sister know about this, then? We are nowhere near my home.
The entire mountain range caved in. It'd be like if you're looking at the Alps and just one peak goes... That's how dramatic of a thing you saw. And then a giant fucking orb of blackness essentially just shot out of it and then disappeared into the sky.
Mm-hmm.
You guys continue until you get to the base of the mountains. And you get to familiar sights where you see various farms and things. Elementals that are harnessed and bound in various ways, going through and harvesting at this point. And getting the rest of the food supplies of the rest of the year. Air elementals kind of sucking up all the various ears of corn or bushels of wheat here. Earth elementals kind of digging up and grabbing scoops of earth and kind of retilling the rest of what's left. And you pass by these various farmhouses, farmsteads. You continue moving, probably for the better part of a day, until you see, off in the distance, that small little dome off into the south that Auran saw within his vision. As you approach and get closer and closer, you see that this dome is not created. It was not like worked on by chisels, but it seems unnatural in the fact that it's sitting here in a what appears to be the beginnings of sort of a forested area. Off the distance, kind of clustered away from everything else.
So it's a stone dome?
Yep. It's completely made out of stone, and it is just one... You get the sense, probably from where you're at, that it's maybe like 30 by 30 dome.
Is there an entrance?
You don't see one as you're approaching. Kind of get up to it, and it seems... Do a quick little walk around. No entrances or anything.
I'll go up to it. Put a hand on the stone.
You see a hand reach out to meet your hand. It grabs you, and it pulls you into the stone.
I try to grab Athena.
All right. I'll say make an athletics check.
Oh boy.
This will be strength to see if you can pull the same level of
I'm not strong.
weight as this hand goes.
You're a big paladin boy.
Athletics?
How are you not strong?
He's a cleric.
I'm a cleric. What do you mean?
Learn
that's
your
our other
party
party
members.
It's been
7.
a while.
7. This thing just goes, and you guys watch as Auran Athena is just melded into the stone dome.
I'm gonna touch the stone.
Nothing.
Is this a normal occurrence?
The what?
Is this... I'm asking the two that are still standing by me. Is this a normal occurrence?
I will say, I wasn't able to even grab him.
You like got a hold of him, but the force that this hand pulled him into the stone was so much that you couldn't like keep Auran.
It didn't pull me with him.
Nope. As soon as Auran, you kind of had to let go because it went so quick and so strong that it just broke your grasp.
Start banging on the stone.
All right. Brenin, anything?
It should be fine. He got messages. They're expecting him.
My concern is who is expecting him? Do you guys know anything about this?
Nope.
Auran, do you have dark vision? I can't remember.
I feel like it would not make sense if I didn't, but let me... I do because of my original race,
Okay.
so yes.
All right. You are pulled in, and you kind of blink for a bit as your eyes adjust. It is complete black in here. There is no exit. There is no, like, small holes for light of any kind. You are in, the dome was like 30 by 30. You're in about a, like, 10 by 10 space. And you see standing above you, crouching as it's set, a large stone golem, essentially. You see, with your dark vision, you're able to make out a couple features. You see several sort of gems encrusted in his face, 2 gems for eyes, similar to some of the Earth Ganassi that you worked with, like Bob the bartender, that you talked with before in the Golden Goose. But this one is huge, bordering on 8 feet tall, and lumbering over you. You also see there appears to be a, like, stone mustache, like, slightly curled mustache, embedded into this thing as well. You look different.
We've met?
You see it kind of shuffle and then sit down.
You know, we could have picked a bigger venue.
No. He's always watching. Stone this thick he can't see through.
Who?
Our previous contractor, Soror.
Who are you?
I am Pierre. And you remember Pierre was part of your crew when you originally stole the tablet. Or were going to steal that tablet.
Dear God, what happened to you? I know the job went awry, but I didn't see what happened to anyone else.
Similar thing to you, to all of the other ones. We were changed.
And you've been here all this time?
No. This is what I did to escape him.
He hunted you?
He hunted all of us.
Do you know anyone else that's left?
He took Kalia. He took Maurice. And he took Marie. You, me, and Ro are the only ones not imprisoned.
Ro, you can take off that list.
I've sensed him out and about. Is he following the commands of Soror?
Yes. He's now a lackey of Soror.
Better than being imprisoned, I suppose.
Yes, I've been actually trying to find a way to counter that if it ever happens to me.
Soror is a powerful mage. If he chooses his time to take you, you will be taken.
So he thinks.
It is not for fun that I have sealed myself in these walls.
Couldn't have made it a little bigger, Pierre?
The walls are thick enough that divination magic cannot penetrate. Kind of takes a little bit of a scoop of dirt on the ground beneath him and just begins chewing on it absentmindedly.
Is that good?
It is sustaining.
What was Pierre before?
He was a Goliath,
Oh, nice.
half giant.
So you've been talking to me telepathically. You know about the seal that was broken.
I have been learning in my time of freedom about what happened to us. That tablet we stole, it was old. Older than anything else that Soror had gotten. When it shattered, whatever went wrong when we got it, it imbued all of us with elemental energies.
I don't know what I'd call my elemental energy, but... And I'll come out of Athena and float as in shadow or phantom form.
Death. Carried the elements of death, life, air, fire, water, and earth. The foundational elements of the world. When we broke that tome, Soror was rather upset. Sure, he could have found some use for it. Whatever information was on it, I can't find out. But I do know it granted all of us some version of these powers.
What does that have to do with the seal?
In my time of researching and following Soror, I have found he has been looking into these doorways. Several of them have been found across the land. You found one in the mountains. There was another in the Manarat Desert. There is one more that has been found in Gellen itself.
Yes, what do the doorways have to do with anything?
From what I have gathered and what I have spied through various contacts, these seal various things, and from what you've recently discovered, apparently holds beings of immense power. We didn't know that until you figured that out yourself just now. I had hoped to discuss it with you before this happened, but it appears we were too late.
What does that have to do with the tablet?
That is what I'm trying to figure out now.
Do you think the tablet shattering did something to these doorways?
The tablet held some primordial energy of some kind. Could be that the tablets is the thing that kept the seals or had information on the seals. But that has long since been broken and shattered beyond repair. The locks on the door bear similar markings to what was left of the tablet. That's how Soror has managed to find the connection between them.
How do you know all this if you've been spending your time hiding from him?
I take time out. I have people out in the world that still follow what I can tell them to do. It's amazing having access to the world's gemstones can do for you.
Can you feel things through the earth?
Nods.
What about and I'll describe to him early in our campaign, the very large stone guy that was like guarding, and he went back and forth. And the Keeper, the Guardian, that guy, those elemental folks. Does he know anything about them?
I have had rumblings of that king of the mountains. He seems to be an anomaly of sorts. Or at least I don't know how he ties into these gates and doorways. He has great power over the elements of Earth.
So the seal is broken.
I
assume you've called me here because there's something we can do about it. Or perhaps something about the other ones.
The seals, I am not sure what can be done. I can only assume that they will open in time and be broken themselves, now that one has been broken already. There are whispers that the one in the Manarat deserts that Soror has been after was broken a long time ago without near as catastrophic of opening that you have experienced just now. I tell you about these seals because I believe they are tied to our conditions.
Yes.
I believe there is something about us that is tied to each of these. But that would require all of us to be freed in order to discover them and find out what to do next with them.
That's going to be a problem.
It
Do
is
you have anything to
indeed.
propose to free them?
We owe them something, two of us, who have managed to live our lives.
You said yourself Soror's a powerful mage.
Indeed he is.
But in time, death comes for us all.
I think going up against him face to face is a mistake.
Not now. But death will come for him.
It will.
I will come for him.
I would like nothing more than that. Now, for now I know that at least two are in the capital city somewhere. That is what I've been able to find out. Ro is a free spirit, unless he is, as you claimed, a lackey. But that is as much as I know about our fellow companions.
Shall you join me then?
In time, I must understand what new comings there will be now that a seal is broken. The earth screams at the shattering of a mountain. I must sit and listen for what comes next.
Do you have any way that I can contact you?
You see him kind of take a part of himself and kind of break it off and just hands you a stone about the size of your hand. Keep this with you, and I shall be aware of what you do and what you need. You may talk to me through it.
Someday we might all be together again, Pierre.
We shall see what the world wants of us.
Do you know of yours? Your
My-
seal? Your door?
I do not. The only seal I knew about, well, I know 3 seals. I know not what resides within them. The one you opened, I don't even know what happened.
It called me incarnate. Some kind of death dragon. Do you know the name Celebrim or Craxus?
You see him kind of sit and put his head down for a second, and you feel a soft vibration of the ground underneath you. These names are about as old as the earth. Formidable foes. Powerful beings. That is all I can find out. That is all the earth will say.
Will you be here?
My hut may move from time to time, but I will be able to be in contact with you.
Do you still go by Pierre?
That is the one name I have been known by.
I'll float up and reach out my hand to shake his.
Kind of reaches up. Kind of weird, kind of shaking an incorporeal hand, but like his entire hand is about the size of like your forearm at this point.
Nice to be back in business, Pierre.
This is not business. This is salvation. For our friends. And for ourselves.
Business is the way of the world, Pierre. Don't tell me you've already forgotten.
There are far more forces in the world than I think even you realize. Now, breathe not a word of me to anyone. You never know who is listening. Kind of sits back down. And then takes your earthly body
Hold
and
on.
just... What?
Hold on.
Okay. Wait.
Wait.
Don't. No.
I have 2 gemstones
Mm-hmm.
that I acquired
Uh-huh.
a certain way.
Uh-huh.
I am going to hand them out to Pierre.
See him
More decoration, my friend.
take them both. Just stuff them in his mouth and chews. Crunches them.
Well,
Very like Cookie Monster-esque. They kind of fall out.
great.
I appreciate
All
the
right.
gesture, friend. And you see him just kind of take your corporeal body and just shove it. And you feel your body. And you guys watch. Are you within Athena at this point?
Yeah, go back to Athena.
Okay. You watch as Athena just... And you kind of like stumble onto the ground from a sitting position outside of the dome in front of all of your friends again.
If I may, how long does this take? Is
10
it,
minutes
like,
of a conversation,
minutes?
I'd say.
Okay, so I will have like I was banging on the rock, and I would have done that for like a minute, and then after a minute, I would have like in a very frustrated, exhausted way slumped to the ground and say, damn it, and then like tears start coming down my face.
Yeah, what are you guys doing outside?
I will have started working on ritually casting Locate. However, I don't think I get it done by the time this finishes.
Locate? How long do you need to put
It's
that?
10 minutes plus the spell casting time, so that's like
Okay.
longer than the 10
All right,
minutes.
yeah. You're kind of working on that. Brenin, anything? You just kind of watching? I will say, Brenin, you know this is the edge of the forest. You know your family is far south of here. A little ways more.
Brenin will cast Spiritual Weapon, make it a pickaxe. And has anybody played Pal World?
Pal World? I have not
Yeah.
played it, but I know.
Do you know those little blue guys who, when they're mining, they're just so depressed? It's just the pickaxe, just
I will say you notice as you're like, pickaxe is doing some damage, but you notice as the pickaxe is going, and you're doing it probably slow enough to hammer away and see this, the rock is actually reforming itself over top of where you're hitting and kind of reinforcing itself and growing in a way.
I'll go until for the 10 minutes.
All right. After
And
about
also when that was happening, or outside of this, when he said his hut moves a little from time to time, I'm just thinking of Snake in the box.
The whole time he starts talking about all the elements and shit, I'm like, this motherfucker's a part of the Fantastic Four.
you guys wait your 10 minutes, and eventually you see Athena just tumble out almost. It's kind of like you're like someone like took a blanket and like unrolled you out of it as you fall out of the stone hut that is here.
My spell worked.
Locate.
You found me.
In like that very awkward movie way, I will like run up and hug Athena, and then like realize what the hell I'm doing, and then I'll push her away. What happened? Where did you go?
Chatting with something.
Something?
Yeah, another elemental entity was in there.
Does this elemental entity have a name?
It didn't give me one, but it did have a lot of interest in the seals.
Seals.
The doorways, one of them we've already found.
Insight check.
Roll an insight check. I'll say roll persuasion or deception, Auran. Don't tell me which one.
Yeah. Oh. Well, that saves it. 15.
15.
Shit.
I'll say, yeah, meets it. He's giving you the information that he's telling you.
Did they have any insights as to who or what we released, or?
No. It seems that there are a lot of these things. Some of them are of different power levels, essentially. And that we should investigate them a little more to find out more about them. Perhaps that will help us find a solution for the other one.
Did he give you a place to start?
Yes, he said there's 2 in the capital city. Somewhere.
Huh. Any clues to look for, or just?
Nope.
Well, sounds like we got a road trip then, I suppose.
Unfortunately, I don't like going to Sulan, assuming I'm right about the name.
Sulan, yeah.
Anybody have any better ideas? I'll look at Knutt and then quickly glance at Brenin before looking away.
I mean, you're always supposed to take advice when it's handed to you, and this is nothing more than just a very large fortune cookie. I think we follow it. Though it doesn't look quite as tasty.
Any thoughts, Brennan?
Yeah, sounds good.
Very well.
Well then,
To
Athena,
Sulan.
if you will lead the way. I don't know where we're at.
10 minutes, I swear.
10 minutes.
Do I?
10 minutes. 10 minutes. I'm going to hold it to you. Otherwise, I'm going to beat you up.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, I swear.
Last time he
That's
said
all-
this walk would be 5 minutes.
Oh,
He lied.
10 minutes tops. Let's go.
All right. You guys begin to walk towards the north, towards Sulan. You know this is going to take a little bit longer of a journey Canute, you are from Gellen, so you kind of have a general idea of where Sulan is, the floating capital city of Gellen. You're probably within about 3 or so days worth of a walk.
Canute probably should know that, but his geographical reasoning isn't always the best.
Hold on, there's some confusion. I wanted to make sure I clear this up. So, Eric, just to make sure we're clear, because I didn't know if you were purposely hiding information or not, because sometimes you're crafty like that. He said there are various seals. There's one seal in the Manarot Desert that he knows about. There's one in Gellen somewhere. And then there's the one that you guys...
Well, Gellen's just the region we're in, so how's that helpful?
Yep, Gellen is the whole area, the whole, like, countryside. He said 2 of your friends are in the capital city being held by Soror.
Oh, well, I know that. I know they're there. Okay, I wrote down notes then. I thought the 2 seals were in the city.
No.
Okay, so let's retcon that. I don't want to go to the capital city. I want to go find the one in the Manarot Desert then.
Okay. So you'll have to go further south and go through the forest, actually.
Okay. Yep, my bad.
And I would say, Canute, you'd even have a slight inkling of where this one is, given that you were kind of given a choice of exploring these various doorways that you know about. And it's these 3 that you kind of know of. The one in the mountains, the one in the Manarot Deserts, and the one sort of in Gellen that was more recently discovered.
Okay. I will unfurl my research notes, and it's sort of like a book with lots of pieces stitched on, so you have fold-outs, flaps, and whatnot. All right, I'm pretty sure it's this way. I think it's this way.
Can you make just a history check, just kind of see how much you really heard or know about this one specifically? Because this is another one that's been fairly worked on.
That's a 21.
21. You know that this one was not actually sealed. Like, they didn't need to do the same thing that you did at the mountains and, like, unlock it. It was broken open when they found it. And several interns and several people have gone down it. Some have come up and returned. Some have not. The last group that went down there, no one's heard from them.
Yeah, that sounds like a good point to start with, at least.
All right, so you guys are
about 15 minute walk south. We'll get there.
You get the sense this is going to be more like a week journey.
Oh yeah, that's not what I said though.
Okay, Brenin, you know that going south, going closer to this Manarot Desert, is going to take you right next to your hometown, as well. You guys begin traveling south as the evening sort of begins to take hold after the day of journey. You guys kind of get in the center, or at least within the large forest that is towards the south of Gellen here. Tall trees, various degrees, some oaks, some various redwoods, all shooting up, very tall, kind of covering up the canopy. You can kind of barely see some of the stars coming through the leaves at this point in time, but it is starting to get closer to autumn where the leaves begin to fall here and there. You guys are hearing now, for the first time in a while, the sounds of birds, the sounds of small little creeks off in the distance bubbling, in very stark contrast to the silent mountains when you had exited it. You guys kind of settle up and get ready for camp. How are you guys setting up for camp? How are you guys sleeping?
I also did.
Go ahead.
I'll look to the party sort of awkwardly. You know, when you go to someone's house for the first time, you don't know quite where everything is, and you're just sort of awkwardly standing there waiting for someone to tell you something to do.
You're, like, waiting for them to give you a blanket, but then you, like, use pillows as a blankets because they didn't actually give you a blanket, that sort of thing.
I love those memes. Yeah. Those are so funny.
What else are you guys doing, settling in for the night?
How far away is my hometown?
I would say your hometown, from where you guys kind of journeyed here, with you kind of guiding the way, you could probably get there within a day. But through random like walking, probably a day and a half or so.
And if we kept walking south, would the distance to my hometown change at that point?
It's a little. I'll say it's a little like wester more than a direct south. So you'd have to go like a little catty corner over before getting into it. But
Okay. We'll set up his stuff a couple feet away in some of the brush and canopy.
all right. Sorry, going through making sure I have all my notes and stuff. It's somewhere. Okay. Alrighty.
I'll settle into a tree and kind of nearby. Just sit up there. I'll sit with my clockwork owl, and I'll say, "Greetings, Knutt," to my owl, and then I'll have my owl fly over to Knutt and say it to him.
See this little clockwork owl? Greetings, Knutt.
Sort of poke it on the beak. Does it react or anything?
Nope, it just kind of sits there. You poke it a little bit, and after like a minute, it repeats the message. Greetings, Knutt.
I will say, top of the morning, top of the evening, hoot hoot.
Just waits a little bit. Greetings, Knutt.
Does it not come back to me?
He hasn't sent it off back to you, so it's just kind of sitting there.
I sort of look over to Auran to...
I'll like show him what to do to wind it back to me.
Mm-hmm.
I will wind it and say, good evening, hoot hoot, and then football chuck it into the air.
Kind of like unsteadies itself. I'll say as you are kind of winding it, you see a little inscription on the clockwork where it says, it's an initial, it says MMG.
MMG, do I know that manufacturer?
Roll a history check.
How do you not know him? How do you not know what this is?
How dare you?
Knutt might be smart, but he is oblivious.
He's not from the
Damn
general
it,
area.
Knutt. We could have been friends.
That's a 9.
9. You've heard tell of like Talstadt being famous and like that other country other than Gellen being famous for clockwork mechanisms, and this may be someone's work and sort of inscription in clockwork. You know this is like the ability to record a message and the ability of this thing to actually fly is like impressive even for like just normal clockwork things. You being from Gellen, normally it's mostly all magic based, but they've managed to in Talstadt kind of make things imbued with magical properties but are still mechanical functioning. So it's an impressive piece of work. You can kind of send it off and it relays the message back.
I'll write down in my notebook to find out how it works on my to-do list.
There you go. All right. You guys kind of...
I'll take first watch.
All right. Take first watch. Set yourself up.
After everybody drifts off to sleep, I will pull out the picture again, and then I will replay in my head the how I felt in the moment when Brenin was about to make his choice, and how I felt, and then I'll look back down at the picture of Prim. And before I wake up the next person, I will quietly say to myself, I can't lose another one.
All right.
Do I need to roll or not?
I'll say roll with disadvantage. Roll a perception check with disadvantage as you kind of distracted.
Um, 7.
Okay. Who's taking next watch?
Well, all right, Brenin.
Brenin first. Okay.
Yep.
Brenin, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
$19.
Okay. Everyone's sleeping fast asleep. Nothing really happening in this area. You kind of... You all eventually, and you wake up 6 hours later. Brenin didn't come to wake you up for watch. Look around for Brenin and you don't see him anywhere near the camp.
I'll look where I saw him last before I went to bed and see if I see tracks.
Brenin, did you pack up your stuff?
Yeah.
All the stuff is gone? Make a survival check to see if you can...
It's a natural 20.
You see some heavy footprints left around, sort of heading off to the southwest. That you can kind of track for a little bit.
I'll go wake up Brenin or Odavius and Knutt.
Okay.
Odavius, what happened? Did you? I'll motion to Brenin being gone. Did you? Where is he?
I don't know. I woke him up and I kind of went to bed right away. Didn't say anything to me.
Ugh.
Do I know we're in the area of his hometown?
I would say no. I would say you wouldn't know specifically where it's at.
Do I know we're in the general area?
You know his hometown was in a forest in Gellen.
He didn't say anything to me. Which way did he go? Do you know?
A little bit. I'll motion at the tracks. I mean, who knows how long those will carry? I don't see any signs of a struggle. A lot of battle marks. Anything?
Does he tend to wander off frequently?
I don't think so. I was asking you, DM.
Say that again.
Do I see battle marks?
Nope. With your natural 20, seems like he just got up and walked.
I will cast a sending message to him. Where are you? Are you okay? Okay. Sorry, that's one word. Where are you? Are you okay? Why did you not tell us before leaving?
Okay. I'll catch up with you. Need to return to my roots.
I will relay that back to Auran, and then think about what I thought last night and think it's happening all over again.
I'll start to follow the tracks. Knutt, help me.
If you give me just a moment, I can try to cast locate. It takes a little while to cast, but if he's within a mile of us, I can tell.
Can you do that while on the back of a horse?
I wholeheartedly know I can, as I look to the DM to see if I should roll.
Let me see what it says about ritual spells.
Yay, technicality!
Because I'm guessing it's gonna tell you that you gotta be like stay in one spot.
Well, what if you're on like a flying ship or something?
A ritual circle.
Can only
You gotta give a living sacrifice.
Can you pick up? Can Hulk pick up Thor while Thor is holding his hammer? If so,
I mean, if we're
If an
going by that
elevator-
kind of logic, if Thor is swung his hammer towards Hulk, but Hulk dodges and just punches him straight in the face in a perpendicular angle, does Thor go with the punch, or does he like fling out, but the hammer still goes in the same direction?
I'm gonna say no, not on horseback, because the whole process of the ritual is like you're channeling a greater magic than what to not expend a spell slot, so you have to have all these like little designs, you gotta make your little circle and stuff. So I'm gonna say no, not from horseback.
not unless your horse has a very large table attached.
Interesting you should say that. My horse has a big table attached to its ass, actually, so why don't you look that up again, Zach?
Giant minivan.
Yeah. A mini horse. A
It's
minivan horse.
It's a horse and wagon this time, and
Yeah.
for some reason he hadn't pulled it out yet.
I
Yeah.
think, why don't we follow the tracks, and when the tracks run out, then we can resort to magic.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright. I will summon Al Capone. And
That's the name of the horse?
my
Yes.
Knutt from the shadow of the sun beating down on a tree and kind of casting a shadow. Auran kind of whips his hand, and from the shadows, a black horse made of shadow, kind of like Shadowmare from Skyrim and Oblivion, kind of like coalesces and runs forward as I hop onto it.
That is a neat trick. I grab out my notebook and write that down as something to practice. See if I can figure out how to do that later. And I will pick up to a light jog to keep up with the horse.
Yeah, I'll trot. I won't like go on full sprint, but I'll trot and follow the tracks.
All right. You guys.
Oh, I will look back and see if our God, I keep forgetting your name, Odavius. See if Davis is coming with.
I am, but I have a very troubled look on my face.
Indigestion.
Not quite.
I love how oblivious you are. It's wonderful.
All right, you guys. All right. Sorry, just making sure I'm looking at all my notes and stuff. You guys make your way, following the tracks. I'll say, Brenin, since you get the message, are you maintaining your pace? Are you speeding up?
Maintaining.
Okay.
I mean, going the pace that I have been in my armor, I would say I can't go too much faster.
So I'll say,
Because I am fit. I would, at this point, I would have a point of exhaustion.
right, yeah. At this point, within the 2 hours, because that's kind of where you kind of started your journey within that time,
Sure.
within about 2 hours, you come across Brenin walking with his stuff. And I'm going to say, Knutt, Odavius, and Brenin, you all have a point of exhaustion because you did not reach your full long rest at this point.
Ah, damn it.
Oh.
Exactly, Knutt.
Really, the RP.
Yes,
Wonderful.
yes. Brilliant.
I try.
And you guys come across Brenin walking slowly southwest. Brenin, I'll say you're probably within another 5 hours of walking.
I'll ride up alongside him, Brenin. You
Oh,
all right?
Could have gone ahead.
Oh, we didn't know where you were.
Gotcha.
To be fair, we still are headed the direction that we're headed.
Where are you going?
Sorry, DM. What's the name of the town?
I thought you would have that.
You're the one who came up with the name.
Pallet Town.
Pallet Town. Frick. I gotta look back at your backstory because I think I wrote it down.
That's the name, Frick.
Frick.
I love going to Frick.
Frick is not a conglomerate. It's just a city-state.
Right.
Could be. Could be both. Do.
We're going to keep saying that, and Adam is going to have absolutely no idea what we're referencing.
That is a
Nope.
deep reference.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have.
Huh. Hold on.
We'll have to go back into the tapes.
Lol.
Get the archives.
It was like something Grove.
Oh, was it? Hold on. Maybe Eric's notes has it. Green Grove.
Green Grove, thank you.
It's Green Grove.
I just came across the thing. Yep. Goodness, I had to go all the way back and stuff. All right, Green Grove, yeah.
The town's called Green Grove. It's
Your family's town.
yeah.
I didn't realize we were so close.
Why didn't you
We haven't
just-
been here before, right?
Nope. You guys
Why
were
didn't-
planning on going before you had Soror thing happen, and he was watching you very carefully.
Why didn't you just tell us you wanted to stop and let us all get the rest we needed?
I never said you needed to come with. You guys got up at your own choice.
We wouldn't let you go off on your own, Brendan. You know we'll always follow you.
Do what you want. I just keep walking.
I'll stay 10 feet behind him, give him his space, or 20 feet, or, an acceptable space distance.
Mm-hmm. You guys kind of follow for next couple of hours at this point. Walking slowly until you come across a small sort of clearing. As the forest kind of gives way a little bit, you see stumps of trees long felled. You see a small river sort of coursing around through the forest until you come over very much very classic stone bridge that kind of leads into this small wooden gate where you see now the very start of the morning beginning to take place in this small town. You see various people walking in and out. There's a small little market where some people are selling jewelry and food and things. There's a large sawmill that is new, Brenin, to you at this point, with a giant wheel and you actually see some, what you would know, for those of you who are magically inclined, as dryads. These small wood folk kind of coming through elementals of life and the forest, essentially. Kind of going through and actually helping these people with various things, as well as the various lineages that you would be familiar with. There's tabaxi folk, there's gnomes, there's humans, there's elves of various shades and colors and makeups as you kind of walk into the town.
I'll jaunt up next to Auran and say, "New place, do you really want to have your lovely steed out scaring the nice townsfolk?"
What steed? And I'll have Al Capone dissipate, and I'll kind of like fall to my feet.
That's what I thought.
Have you been here before?
No, I knew of it in passing, but he never really talked about it that much.
He was just trying to do what was right. What he thought was right.
Yeah. And it seems like he and I are more at odds now than we've ever been. Because I didn't want to see him go. I want to lose him. And after all we've been through, to even think about a world without him, I can't lose another one. Prim is off, away. I don't know if she's safe or in danger or anything like that. And, obviously we can't stop her from going to help her brother, but just can't lose another one.
Brenin swore his life to help others, right? I'm sure he feels that he just let down thousands and thousands of people, assuming the threat is as dangerous as it could be.
You've never truly let somebody down until you've stopped fighting. And I don't understand why he's not seeing it that way. Like the oaths that granted he doesn't have them anymore, but the oaths that we had taken for ever, it doesn't start and stop whenever you want. It's a continuous thing. So if we fail at it one way, we get back up and we find another way to do it. So I don't know. I'm worried, but I don't know how to approach it. Yeah.
He's still your friend. I don't know how to handle it either. And Prim's still out there. Hopefully we'll see her again someday. And I'll be here for you, Odavius.
When you got pulled into that rock, I thought the same thing that you were gone too. I didn't know what was happening. I felt helpless. I've studied and practiced and worked to get stronger, to be able to protect myself and others. We saw how that worked out back in Talstadt. I couldn't protect myself, and I was gone. And now losing that control that I thought I had, and realizing that I'm not as capable as I thought I was, It's a very scary thing.
I understand. I won't. I'll do everything in my power to stay with you and protect you, because I've grown attached to you as well. Last thing I want is to lose either of you.
You guys walk
Let's-
along this. Sorry, continue.
I was just going to say, let's hope that this gives Brenin some clarity. And I'll look over at him and then go on saying.
You guys walk along this very idyllic village. Brennan, you kind of take in the familiar sights, some unfamiliar. The sound of a sawmill kind of being run through the river. You recognize the market, some of the various stalls, even some of the people running some of the stalls. And you recognize the same familiar sign, the Sly Fox Inn, hanging. That used to be a place where you could go get drinks after a hard day of chopping down trees.
Want to go to the market? Say hi to a couple people, kind of get an idea on how people are living. While doing that, I want to get the materials needed to make a meal.
Okay. Kind of go through. You see, as you kind of find someone selling fish from the river, you see an old woman, and you actually recognize this woman. Her name is Ola. And she squints. She's older. She's always been a little older than you in general. But she squints. Brenin? Is that you?
Iola.
Good to see you after. It's been
A long time.
a couple of years. What brings you around here?
How's the town?
It's holding up. Sawmill got built last year. It was finished. We've been working with these dryads. It's actually been rather helpful. We haven't had to bind them like some of the people working out in the plains have to work their fields. They've actually been pretty helpful at keeping us nice and safe. Why are you back here?
It's neat to see them.
So you kind of look down. And she kind of reaches up a very thin, frail hand and kind of puts it on top of your large, scaled claw, essentially. Are you sure it's a good idea for you to be back here?
No, I don't.
Kind of looks around. Kind of hands you a bundle of fish. Well, stay safe. Don't get into trouble.
No promises there. I'll do my best.
Kind of get various other things for this meal. Fish, some potatoes or something. Here and there, some various spices and herbs from people who don't recognize you as much. Or at least aren't paying attention to your appearance or who you are as much from this town. Guys kind of walk. The rest of you, are you going off anywhere, looking at anything, or are you just kind of keeping eyes on Brenin and seeing what happens? Alright. Brenin?
I follow the group.
Alright.
I'll just stay at a safe distance to not intrude, yeah.
Okay. Brenin?
Yep.
What are you doing?
Brenin will try to find a patch of flowers.
Easy enough. You see some, like, water lilies and stuff along the river. Here and there, some various wet flowers, river flowers.
He'll get a handful of those and just walk to them.
You guys following Brenin, you see him walking, and you actually see Brenin. I'll say this is a little bit new to you as well. You guys see he's walking towards an area that has been deserted, essentially. Like, trees have been allowed to grow. There was once a road, you can kind of tell underneath the overgrowth. But it seems like no one has been over on the side of the village that he's been on for a while. And you soon figure out why, as you see a number of houses, even after these years, that have been burnt down and destroyed, are scattered throughout various parts of this area. You see Brenin walks up to one house in particular. Brenin, what do you do?
When
See him slowly, methodically build up a small campfire. See him kind of skewer the fish in his meal that he's made for you in various ways. You've seen him kind of make this in a very militaristic fashion, very orderly fashion of making his meal that he's done for Odavius and Auran. You know his kind of process. Slowly accumulates everything. And after a little while, everything cooks up, prepared, sets it up. Brenin, are you making enough for everyone present? Or just enough for... Okay.
everyone.
And after a little while, meal is prepared and ready to serve.
While everybody's eating, Brenin will work on making a flower crown.
Slowly crafting, everyone else is eating. It's an uneasy silence throughout this area. Even the dryads and other various creatures are not really accustomed to this area still. Everyone make perception checks.
First level exhaustion disadvantage on ability checks.
Yep. I believe
One.
disadvantage on everything but saving throws.
Okay.
Natural one.
Alright.
11.
And
Also 11.
Okay. I'll say with the 11s, you guys just barely hear some cracking of footsteps as you guys are kind of enjoying your meal in silence.
Where?
Coming from behind you, from the direction you had walked. So it sounds like it's coming from where you came from the village.
Footsteps, and I'll get close to a door to peek out.
I think you were still outside.
Or are we outside?
You're in front of the ruined house.
that's fine. Brenin won't look up. He'll just keep
Do
going.
you look in
with
the
flower
direction
crown.
of the footsteps?
Yeah.
Odavius? You see a large Siderian, devilish Siderian. Very burly. Kind of peeking out from behind a tree, looking. Sees that you've noticed him. and steps out. Kind of rolls his shoulders and walks up.
Can I help you?
Ignores you, looks at Brenin. Wondered when I'd see your face again.
Just pass him a bowl of the food.
He actually takes it and slaps it out of your hand.
I will step between them.
Could have used you. And you recognize this man as Silas. He was one of the people that came to your door that night. Asking for your help in rebellion. And I'll say, actually, remembering back, Auran, when you were looking in the library for things about Greengrove, and you looked at the pictures of, like, Greengrove and, like, talking about various rebellions that happened following the apocalypse and the sort of rise of the common folk in Gellen, you actually recognize this face from the book that you were looking at. There were, like, some of the faces that were blurred out that were the council members. But you recognize this as one of the faces as part of the sort of leaders of the rebellion in Gellen.
Do I know his name from the book?
I would say you wouldn't have known his name from the book. You just saw, like, the picture or the etching of it without the names attached.
He was the leader of the rebellion?
He was one of them, and he's one of the ones that his face was not, like, distorted that you remember.
Okay.
Won't be staying. We'll be out of here soon.
Kind of... I'll say, it would be comical if it wasn't such a serious situation, but Odavius, he kind of, like, towers over you and kind of looks down at Brenin. You want to know how many brothers of mine died? You could have done something. Could have joined us. Now you walk in here showing your face again after you ran away. And what? Went to the other side? Kind of looks down at the insignia that Odavius has.
I hid that.
Oh, yeah, you did. Okay. He still says it, making assumptions.
Your little rebellion win.
Yeah. At a cost that was very high. It's the reason why we have everything we have here. But all of us lost something. Some of us just decided to stay and fix it. Kind of gives a small shove to Odavius and walks away. Get out of here before night falls. Otherwise, I'm going to come back.
I'm going to follow him stealthily.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
19.
19. He wanders back towards town. You see him go into the Sly Fox Inn.
I'll go in there.
Okay. You see him.
As he's walking away, I just do a slight, just reassuring hand on Brennan's shoulder and sit back down and eat.
Before I go in,
Yeah.
sorry, if you wanted to respond to that.
Oh, yeah. Anything, Brennan? Okay.
Is there a morgue
A
in
morgue.
this city?
This is a small enough village.
Oh,
It's
no.
pretty quick. Once they pass, they're buried. It's not like Tallstadt where they kind of have to like plan out plots. No.
Where would the dead ones go that would be buried? Would I know? Have I seen that traveling around town with our buddy?
I'll say you get an idea of where they kind of keep most of their dead. You see kind of the general like markers kind of off in the distance as you've kind of been working through town. Yeah.
I'm gonna run over there quick.
Okay.
Is it far from the
Robin
inn?
Part 2.
What?
Is it far from the inn?
I'd say it's probably like 10-minute stroll out there and then back to town.
What hour is it? Is it
So
like
you
pretty
guys
early in the
spent
evening?
your entire time walking here, so you got up early throughout the night. So I'll say you guys started sleeping at like 10. There was like 4-ish hours, so you got to like 2 a.m. Sometime within there, Brenin left. I'll say by the time you ended up here, it's probably only like 8 or 9 at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna peek in on that guy in the inn. I want to see, is he like settling down? He's gonna be there a while.
Yep, he looks like he's going and grabbing a strong drink, actually.
Okay. I'm gonna run back to the group quick.
Okay.
Hold this, and I'm just gonna like throw Athena's body like at them, and it's just gonna collapse on the ground, and then I'm gonna
say that
fly
happens
away.
to Knutt. He just like
No!
What?
I'll help him put Athena
very much
down.
like Indiana Jones, where like dead body right in his face.
Yeah.
Also, I'll do my thing to prevent any more decomposition while Auran is away.
Oh yeah,
I have a
gentle
spell
repose.
that does that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, easy enough,
You're like buffing my car is what you're doing.
right?
Basically.
Detailing. Whoa,
Okay, then I'm gonna float over to the morgue,
it's a cemetery.
the cemetery, the place where dead people sit.
Mhm.
I want to get a gruff-looking one, kind of one that looked similar to that guy. What race did you say it was? Like Cillian or something?
He was Siderean, so he's basically like a tiefling.
Okay, is there a tiefling here?
You can't tell because they're all buried. Like they're all in like.
Oh, there's
buried in the
there's none
ground.
that are outside.
No, this is just like it's a small enough village where like if someone dies, they just go up back and dig a hole and toss the body
Oh
in.
fuck, I can't do this because he could maybe know one of these people.
Right.
All right, fuck. All right, I'll go back. Just
yeah.
kidding, and I'll go back into Athena's body.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go back to the tavern.
Okay. Rerun.
Rerun. All right, so I'm gonna go back there.
He's
I'm gonna go in.
sipping on a very strong brown drink, like whiskey, bourbon, or rum of some kind.
Is he alone?
He's got like there's some. It's early enough in the morning that like a shift hasn't started for people, so there's enough like workmen kind of around. He's not like necessarily like with a group of people, but he's at the bar kind of chatting idly on either side of him with some people.
I'm gonna keep an eye on him, but I'm not gonna do anything right now. I want to wait till he leaves.
He stays there. You see, probably has about 3 drinks of probably about 2 fingers of whiskey each. So he's taking in quite a bit for a morning, you can tell. He eventually kind of gets up, pays, stands up, and you actually see him walk out, and he actually does go towards the graveyard in that direction.
I'll follow.
You see him kind of stumble at this point, walking. Takes him a little bit longer, but he does get to the graveyard, and you see him actually kind of just sit down. And you actually see him start talking to several graves in front of him. Your
Can I get close enough in his drunkenness to hear what he's saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you hear a little bit of his conversation. He's talking, saw the coward today. Don't know why he decided to come back. Stayed away long enough. Should have known collateral damage would have happened.
Brenin should have known collateral damage would have happened?
Mm-hmm.
Are we alone?
Yep.
I want to prop Athena's body up against like a gravestone or something, kind of away a little bit.
Yeah, you can find
not
a little
in plain view.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to go into phantom form.
Okay.
And I'm going to creep up behind him, floating. I'm going to say, "You're going to pay for your misdeeds."
All right.
Unless you answer my questions, is what I'm trying to do. I don't want to immediately, like, fight me, bro, but...
Does a 21 hit you?
Yeah.
You see him wheel around immediately. Actually, I'm going to give him a disadvantage. He's drunk.
He's drunk.
He's drunk. Okay, that's a 10.
No, sir.
Okay, so you see him wheel around with one of the small axes he has at the side and kind of like... immediately as you say that, and there is like a frightened look in his eye as he like points the axe towards you. What the fuck?
Was it 20 years ago?
This was...
I'm trying to remember from Brennan's backstory. When did his family's house get... When did they ask him to go to the rebellion? He said no.
So, it was not 20 years ago. It was not directly during the apocalypse. It was a little bit afterwards. I want to say...
It was roughly 12.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit more than 10. So yeah, 12 years ago this happened. Where the actual rebellion took place, and over, like, I believe 10 years ago was sort of the culmination where previously there had been, like, an aristocracy and a, like, more rich and powerful on top, and then once the lower people got access to magical abilities, they just said, fuck this, we're powerful enough to handle this on our own, and that's what led to the current magocracy that they have now in Gellen.
12 years ago, the one you call the coward refused to help you.
See him kind of like trembling a little bit. What the fuck do you want?
After his refusal, his family was found dead. Was it you? And I'll slowly get a little closer to him.
See him kind of look. Give me an intimidation check. I'll say with advantage.
That's a 20 baby natural.
Natural 20. You see him kind of looking. You see a little bit of his pants getting wetter. As he look.
Knutt?
Oh, man. I dried those off.
I did my laundry.
It just happened. When we started the rebellion, we knew some people were going to get hit. And then they came and burned part of our village, and we left it alone.
Did you orchestrate their demise?
We didn't do anything.
You were enraged by his disagreement. He would not help you. You didn't take it out on his family.
We didn't do anything to his family. I want you to make a...
Insight?
I'm going to say insight or arcana for this one.
jump scaring me. Sorry, Haley came
There's
in and I did
ghost.
not see her come in, so I'm like,
Now
that
you
was
know
at
what
18.
he's going through right now.
Yeah.
He kept looking over there when we were having a moment earlier too. What the hell?
Yeah, I know. Haley kept talking to me. What?
It's purple outside.
Huh?
Purple outside.
All of the fans watching are going to be so annoyed by this intrusion.
I didn't even do anything.
We can cut it out in post. It's fine.
Okay, 18.
18. Was this insight or arcana? Because that's going to change my...
I did a Arcana check.
Arcana. You actually see a very familiar-ish thing as he's speaking to you. When you robbed Malachi's wagon, when you attacked the people and they fought back and you tried to just knock them unconscious, a sigil appeared on their forehead and they died. A very similar sigil is on Silas's head. It's not very obvious, but you see as he's talking a little bit more with you, there's a slight glow in that sigil coming from him. It's not like branded, it only appears when he's talking about what happened. And you see him continue. If we had had him, if we had had some of the other lumberjacks, could have fought them off easier and the rest of the village would have been spared.
I am one of those victims. Cherish the ones that are still alive. You're living your life full of hate. The coward, so to speak, was protecting his family. Do not live the rest of your life hating your life. I'll start to float away.
You see him as you're kind of floating away. At this point, now that you're leaving, just kind of collapse to his knees and, like, still shaking with the axe in his hand and, like, looking around for other spirits and specters to come approach him at this point. And you kind of go off into the distance, find where you left your body.
I'll go back.
Okay. You guys have probably, at this point, finished up the meal, kind of finished up the rest of the cleanup and stuff of your provisions and things. Is there anything you guys wanted to do while he was gone for a little bit?
I would say Knutt is attempting to sit there and look concerned and all that sort of stuff, but he is desperately just falling asleep.
That's fair. All right.
But he's doing like the old man like nods off, looks, makes sure no one saw it. He's trying. He's trying.
Athena comes back to the camp. Small little camp you guys have made.
Flower crown completed. Brenin will try and go into the house.
The house is somewhat collapsed, but you're able to open the door and kind of, especially with your strength, kind of burst it open enough. You see several beams of the house kind of cracked in and broken and caved in. But besides that, and besides the damage of the fire that occurred here, things have been left untouched since you left.
Just kneel down in the middle of the room. Put the flower crown in front of him. And the little lioness that he got from Capital. and put it in the middle of the flower crown.
All right.
And he'll just stay there.
Thing is, you come back, you kind of see the door open and see Brenin kneeling down in the house with the rest of the folks there.
I'll have stopped outside the door. I don't know what Knutt is doing, if Knutt would have followed, but I would have been standing outside the door just watching.
Yeah, waiting patiently.
Athena, what are you doing as you kind of approach this scene? You guys kind of sit this way in this scene for quite a little bit.
After a while, you do notice that Brenin has fallen asleep as well, in the kneeling position.
I'll, when he falls asleep, put a blanket kind of over his, and maybe gently, like, lay him into kind of like a kneel, so it's not as uncomfortable as kneeling.
Yeah. I'll say at this point, you kind of just let him lay down, kind of curled up next to the flower crown and the small lion toy that he got.
As he steps back outside, I'll look at Auran. Where'd you go?
To see if that man had something to do with his family.
And?
They're magically gridlocked into staying silent about it. The last person I tried to question, a symbol appeared on their forehead and they died. This person was starting to do the same thing when I pressed deeper and deeper into the questions, so I stopped so he wouldn't die.
What symbol?
I don't have it written down.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't there for this as Odavius.
Yeah.
That was Chartok.
That was Chartok, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
You're the only one who knows this.
Yeah. You
or
did
has seen
not-
it.
I'll say, Auran, this wasn't you talking to the wagon people. This was them saying that they needed to fill this duty, and you tried to just knock them unconscious, and the symbol appeared and, like, essentially burned out their brain and killed them instead.
Okay, well, yeah. But at least at the end of the day, like, that is kind of what was happening to this guy, so I can imply that his brain was, like, gridlocked into not talking about it.
And you also know, I'll say this since it's been a long time, the reason why the faces were distorted on that picture that had Silas in it was because all mention of the council members of Gellen, it's the Council of Nine, is erased. So no one knows who they are, no one knows their names, in order to keep them as secure as possible in their positions. Because if someone knows your true name, they have a small modicum of power over them.
Is this the thing where the council members don't know the council members as well? Or do they know
I'll
each
say,
other?
Knutt, since you've kind of been here, you would have a little bit more intel into this. It's... The council members are essentially confined, in a way, to the capital city. And they only reside there. No one knows who they are, and they are able to freely move about, but you have no idea who they are. Like, any person living in Gellen has no idea. You're not sure how it functions for them. You just know that anytime you talk about the council, it's as a group, as a conglomerate, if you will, of people.
Is this a magical thing? Is this a curse? This symbol? What?
It's... I would say make an Arcana check. Or, yeah, make an Arcana check.
Can I as well?
Yeah, make an Arcana check for those of you who want to kind of see if you can figure this out.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
I also
It's
got
at
another one.
disadvantage. It's at disadvantage.
Oh yeah, make
Oh,
sure.
I'm
yeah,
sleepy.
with the exhaustion. But
I got another
blame
natural
this
20.
on
So.
you, Brenin.
Hmm. I got a dirty 20 with that.
okay.
Still, with 2 19s. So
21 then.
Okay. So, with the natural 20 and very high rolls from the rest of you, you guys get the sense, and especially Knutt, since you're kind of a resident here, that they worked some serious sorts of magic. Like, when you looked, Auran, at the pictures, it wasn't that someone had just, like, not painted their portraits or whatever within the books. It seemed as though there was something that had essentially just warped the image to make it undiscernible of who was actually there in this picture of the leaders of the rebellion. So it appears to be some kind of very strong magical force has essentially rewritten the histories of these folks, or at least removed it from the minds of anyone who might know them.
So it's probably not something that can be reversed with a simple dispel magic or restoration.
You haven't tried it?
I want to try that.
But I will also say again, the last time you encountered someone being affected by this mind magic or this enchantment, their brain exploded when they didn't accomplish what they were supposed to.
Perhaps we should try this on a different test subject, not in his hometown.
Does Brenin know about this aspect of his family's demise?
As far as Brenin knows, I mean, this is for Brenin, so you can ask him, but I would say...
I'm asking these two
Okay, gotcha.
specifically, because he's sleeping.
I haven't been
We've
able
never,
to share
like-
this with him yet.
I said we've never fully. I don't think we've ever fully had a conversation about this. I don't think he's ever shared that much with either of us.
It's a bit of a Gordian knot, isn't he?
He did share it with me, but
Yeah, if
I say we
remember
never had a-
right, You've probably just talked about his family perished in a fire. Is
Yeah.
about the most of what he probably would have told you.
I have written down that he told me about being offered to go to the rebellion. He said no.
That
Next morning he went lumberjacking, house burned down, family's dead.
Mhm.
So I do know that, as far
Yeah.
as my notes tell me.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
And this is what led him to become a paladin?
Presumably, yes.
But he's not anymore.
It's
I mean, you saw him using smites
Mhm.
and during your encounters and during the fights.
I did, but I also heard someone mention something about oaths and not oathsing.
I'm not sure about his oath as a paladin.
I think there's an oath as a paladin, and then there's the oath that we both took as part of the bulwark. And I think they're separate.
Knutt, you would know the Bulwark as essentially the anti-magic task force of Talstadt. So you know them as people who are, like, especially from Gellen, they are demonized as, like, mage hunters and killers of people who wield magic of any sort.
So, Odavius, you're a mage killer.
No,
What do you
not
have to do with
exactly.
the bulwark, then?
It's a long story. Simplified that they saved my life, and so I joined their cause. And I personally am on the side of going after those who are using magic to unnaturally affect themselves, if that makes sense.
I
Like-
don't know if that does make sense to me.
It's they're unnaturally enhancing their lives or extending their lives with
Okay.
the use of magic. Like people that are nefariously using magic and using it to it's hard to explain, but like that's where I've come along. But I mean, everybody's got their own reasons. I can't speak for Brennan's, and I know that those bulwark oaths don't really mean a whole lot at the moment. Also, a long story, not mine to tell. So,
Interesting. That means Athena, I might have to have a chat with you about bringing a mage along with a bunch of mage slayers and not maybe mentioning that in the onset.
I'm still here.
Well, you're also not a mage, are you?
I'm pretty magical.
Magical is not a mage.
it's I understand the reputation, but we're not out to kill every mage possible.
Just some of
That's
them.
the ones that are nefarious and using the shit to do bad things. Yeah.
As judged by you. Okay. Well, this maybe is a conversation for another time. I think we have more pressing concerns. But,
Chief
Maybe.
among them, the guy that's coming back to kick us out of town.
He might
Well,
not be back.
let's,
Do you want to tempt fate?
maybe talk a minute. Who is this guy that's coming back this evening to kick us out of town? Or isn't?
I don't quite know. He was potentially one of the leaders of the rebellion.
Of rebellion that Brenin refused to be a part of.
Yes.
And he lost brothers.
Probably.
Did he ever say how many?
About 7.
7.
Sure.
the like perfect number of
Yeah,
graveyard
sure, why
that
not?
I assume he was like
7.
talking to.
Okay. So maybe I don't know. Maybe he's a little bit mad that he feels that he lost more. But I mean, there's no real. I mean, losing somebody is losing somebody. It's not this person lost more than this person. I mean, yeah, it was more in numbers, but
Precisely. His anger is incorrectly directed. We do, however, you are all tired from our journey. I don't know if we can rest here fully, so I'd say we either commit to leaving, pick up Brenin, and go outside the city, or we prepare for a fight.
at this
Brenin would like
point,
that.
DM, would we need to do another full 8 hours to get our full rest?
Yep.
I have a strong suspicion that slaying who once was a friend of Brennan's probably would not bring him any more peace than he currently is at.
How do you know he was a friend?
Well, if not a friend, at least trusted in many ways. You wouldn't come up to say to someone and ask them to join the rebellion and then be surprised when they didn't.
I would venture to say that he's not truly a friend.
Well, clearly there's something in between them, but if nothing else, it was someone that meant something, at least in one direction, in that relationship.
I don't want to disturb Brenin. That's my main thing right now. He's
I think
where
killing people
he
in his
feels-
hometown might disturb him more.
I
Or
understand
being
that.
killed by the person in his hometown might. Well, I don't know if that would necessarily disturb him.
Okay,
more, but it
so
would be
what time
pleasant.
is it? PM?
10-ish in the morning.
How long till nightfall?
Making me do math. 10 hours-ish at the very least.
So we could at least get a full rest in before nightfall, which was his deadline.
Sleep, wake up, either pack and run or set up a wall, I guess.
We'll let Brenin sleep. Let him do what he needs to do.
And Auran, you've slept already, yeah?
Yep.
All right, you're watching, and I will just
Wait,
flop
Auran,
over.
you got a full rest?
Yep. I only needed 6 hours, so.
Oh, gotcha.
Plus, I can't gain points of exhaustion, so.
Oh, whoa, lucky you. All right, so are you okay to keep watch?
Yep.
Okay. I guess then let's see if we can get some shut-eye. And then we'll figure this out when we wake up.
All right.
We're not gonna do it like where we made camp out in the middle. We'll find a little area either behind the house or
Sure.
some more secluded spot. I would say still in the view of, I don't know where Auran's gonna be at, but still
I'm going to
within
be on the
view of.
roof.
Okay. I mean, obviously within view of him and Brenin, not too far off though.
Okay. I need to run to the bathroom really quick.
All right. Okay. Well, you guys settle in. Person keeping watch doesn't notice anything for the amount of time that he's there. So, staying there for 8 hours. Okay. Gotta wait for him to come back because I have things I'm gonna say to the awake person. Son of a bitch. It's fine. Make it quick, Eric.
I don't know if he took his headset off or if he can still hear us or not.
We'll just wait a little bit. It's alright.
Do 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 do.
You guys are with me every drop of the way.
Oh, thank God. I'll say, Auran, make a perception check as you're kind of going through this. We'll say a couple of hours pass of you kind of just sitting and waiting.
10.
10? Are you doing anything for this? Because you got 8 hours to kill. Or are you just kind of sitting and chilling?
I want to just try and put together kind of like a detective. I want to put together the different artifacts that I have on what I know about the case of his family, and I want to try to just draw conclusions from it. But obviously my primary goal is to be surveying, but I'll just kind of keep it down and write down what I learned from this dude, whatever his name is.
Sure. What exactly are you trying to discern at this point?
It's more flavor.
Okay.
I'm mostly just, unless there's something that could be discerned from it, but I'm essentially trying to draw conclusions and draw dots. My current understanding is that the Mage Council, or the Council of the Nine, obviously have casted a spell to swear people to secrecy, so they cannot physically tell me anything of use. And that's kind of where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, more for flavor. I'm not necessarily trying to gain anything out of it, just write stuff down.
Sure. Kind of watch for a little bit, and with that 10 perception, you actually see a small little dryad, sort of made up of bark and wood, actually approach sort of the houses and kind of walking around. It hasn't really taken notice of you at all. It doesn't really seem to care that people have been here in any capacity, but you see it just kind of walking, and every once in a while it'll stop and just kind of touch the ground, and you'll see a little bit of flowers kind of start growing a little bit and blooming, a little bit of a stalk of a tree kind of forming up from its feet and hands as it seems to just kind of walk around and touching the ground. And you see it kind of stop for a second and actually look up at you. It doesn't really have a face. It just kind of has gnarled roots and bark covering up it for a head. It kind of looks up in your direction, turns its head a little bit, and then just kind of goes back and continues its work of kind of You see it almost restoring the natural forest that used to be here a little bit, and continuing on its way before it kind of finishes up and goes out of view. And then you have another, we'll say, 4 hours of stuff happening, and you see the sun kind of pass over for a while as you're musing on the mysteries of what you've encountered so far in this one day. And eventually, all three of you awake about 8 hours later.
Oh, we're gonna have a rough night of sleep tonight when we try and get our sleeps back in line. Oh no! And Knut just sort of flops back over.
At this point, it is about 6 in the evening, 6 p.m., because you've sort of rested around 10-ish. So 8 hours after, about 6 o'clock in the evening.
Is Brenin still inside?
Brenin, you wake up inside after a fairly restful sleep. At least nothing happened during the sleep. It was fairly, blank.
Yeah. No. Brennan will walk outside.
You see, I'll say you notice, kind of walking outside, and the rest of you notice this as well, a little bit more foliage around the area than when you first left it before going to sleep.
Does it normally grow that fast around here, Brennan?
No. But if the Dryads are doing anything, I would guess it would be them, or causing the increase in foliage so quickly.
Are you okay?
No. But I'll get there.
I'll look at Auran and kind of gesture to tell him about your experience.
Brennan, I'm not sure if this is the right time.
While you're talking, Brennan's just slowly taking off his armor. If it wasn't already off, I'm not sure.
I'll say you passed out pretty quickly, so unless you wanted to take it off for, sort of rituals that you were doing.
Nope.
Yeah.
But taking it off, all
Okay.
the same.
Brennan, I've been doing some investigating to try to find out more about what happened to your family, and I believe it's something with the Council of the Nine. They must have put out a contract or ordered someone to do it. I talked to the gentleman that visited you last night, and when I prodded
morning.
deeper as... Oh, jeez. In the morning. I prodded deeper, and a symbol appeared on his forehead, and I'll draw it out. And it's... last time I saw that, we were fighting people outside of Tolstadt, and it broke their brain and killed them. So I stopped questioning because I didn't want to kill him, but I think that they are magically sealed from speaking or knowing anything about what happened, but I just wanted to make sure you know. Okay, you might have known that already, but...
I didn't know about the markings. I'm guessing Brennan doesn't know anything about that kind of spellcraft.
No, you...
Or the symbol.
Yeah, your experience was you went off, you came back, it was on fire, and then after a short amount of time after you left without really interacting with anyone else.
Yeah. No, I suspected it was something to do with the council and the leaders of the rebellion. That's why I left. That's good information,
My goal is to continue to find out more.
of course. Me too.
It, um, we don't know his intentions, but it seems from what Auran has told me that this marking does not give them free will. So some of the things he may be feeling may be programmed in. Um, Not that that means anything for our current situation, but whatever you need, if you need to stay here, we'll stay and we'll stand with you regardless if he does come back. Whatever you need.
His hurt is real. So is mine. So I'm gonna stay. And we're gonna hash this out.
You're going to fight him?
In a way.
I'm not sure if it will work if he's under a controlling spell. As true as your intentions may be, he might be unable to reconcile the truth.
If that's the case, I know that you'll be there to stop it.
The other
Looking
thing we have
mostly to Auran and Odavius.
the other thing we have to think about is if this comes to blows and something happens, this might be this might close the door on you being able to visit in the future. Because they're obviously going to know it was us.
It's the first time I've come back in 10 plus years. What's a couple more?
Okay.
So, Brenin will walk towards the edge, like the line from the new village to the old, and he'll just sit there, unarmored. He'll have his axe on one side, shield on the other.
You see
We'll be behind him.
You see people pass by, and eventually you see, after 30 minutes, Silas open the door to the inn, and you see him much drunker than he was even going to the cemetery at this point. And you see him
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Yeah. See him kind of stumbling, looking around, and then he lets his eyes just fall on Brenin. And you see him very wobbly walk in your direction, kind of shoving some people out of the way as he walks past. And you see him just settle, standing over you. You're still here.
That's right.
And you see him reel back, and he's going to punch you. Are you going to accept this, or would you like me to make an attack roll?
Nope, I'll accept it.
Okay. You take 4 points of damage from an unarmed strike as you just... And you guys see him look down again. And you see him confused for a second. He's going to take another fist and punch you again for another 4 points of damage. And he just looks down at you. And he's now going to kick you in the chest and try and knock you prone. As he just 1 foot into your chest and lies you on the ground. Fight back. And he just kind of wobbles over and leans over so he's looking at your face. Anything?
I'm sorry.
And he's going to take his foot and he's going to slam it onto your chest. We'll say that's another 4 points of damage to you.
Can I step back and stealthily cast Ray of Enfeeblement?
Ray of Enfeeblement. Okay. I'll say make a stealth roll.
I'll put out my hand to Odavius. Not physically, but just telling him to not do that. But
this doesn't injure. This just affects his strength.
he has to solve things his way. We won't let him die.
I will
Lay on
prepare-
hands.
Huh?
I'm going to lay on hands with the foot on my chest and use 5 points to get rid of his drunkenness.
Interesting. Okay.
Nice.
You see,
I'm
like,
gonna prepare a hold person.
okay. You see grab, and you guys actually watch, like, almost a steam come off of him for a second as his body just clears. And you see him look down. And
If you
he's-
need to do this, do it with a clear head.
And he's going to take his foot and he's going to slam it even harder now.
Yep.
And you guys are watching, and he's just going to go and slam, and he's just screaming, fight back, coward, loser. And he's going to go until you're unconscious. Brenin is his intention.
After like the fifth blow, I'll look at Odavius and take my hand away from where I kind of had it raised to like not shoot.
And you
I'll
guys,
take my hand.
I'll say before, like, as this keeps going, he's drawing in a crowd of people. Like, this is not just happening off in the distance. And people are watching, and no one's stepping in yet. Everyone's just kind of more bewildered at what's going on and not really understanding the circumstances. But we'll say after that sort of fifth blow, we'll say 8 more hit points off of you, Brenin. And you're going to cast what?
Hold.
All right. Wisdom saving throw, right?
Let me double check. Yes,
That is a 7.
that is a fail. My DC
So you
is
see him
15.
like about to just raise up his foot and stomp again, and he just and is paralyzed. And you see the rest of the village watching this whole display, even more confused at what's going on. And you see some actually like go up and like shake Silas, and they actually like go and check on Brenin and see what's going on. Silas is gonna roll after 6 seconds again. Rolls a natural one, still
hold on.
paralyzed. What?
Okay, that's fine.
And you see now people are like,
I am going to use 5 points of lay on hands to remove the paralysis.
it doesn't remove paralysis.
I don't know. It removes
I don't
the condition.
think so.
The wording says that
This
this
is-
condition. Let me
This is a
see.
concentration for me.
Yeah, but he can get rid of it I believe it's
That's target one disease or neutralize one poison affecting it.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
You can cure multiple diseases and neutralize multiple poisons with a single use of this feature. Okay, never mind then.
Yep. So not good enough to get rid of the paralysis, but I will say at this point, people have started like taking Silas away. I'm gonna roll again, see if he's out of it. That is a 16. Does that beat your AC?
That's a pass. Yep.
As people are like carrying him away, he kind of slumps back, looks around, get off me, kind of slaps the other people away at this point, looking around and seeing you guys in the background, probably noticing you for the first time in this whole endeavor. Kind of looks down at Brenin, gives a soft grunt, and walks off and goes back into the inn.
Do not live your life with hate.
Doesn't even hear you. Walked off. You see the rest of the crowd. Some people are kind of like tending to Brennan's injuries. Brenin, you actually see Ola, the fishwoman, coming up and kind of like applying some bandages and salves to your body here and there.
You all up.
I told you that this probably wasn't a good idea.
No. But it was my decision.
You make some stupid decisions. As she kind of continues off and going along. I'll say with these sort of medicines and stuff, you heal, we'll say 5 hit points.
Yeah, that's fine.
Before everyone kind of like, now that everything's kind of done, the onlookers kind of start passing by. Some people help Brenin up to his feet or to a sitting position, depending on what you want to do. And kind of walk off and kind of dust you off and go about their ways through the rest of the evening.
I'll pick up his armor and carry it wherever he goes.
I'll look over to Athena while those two are sort of spaced out a bit and ask, do you really think that this is actually helping anything?
No.
Not sure the words to say to get the point that violence begets violence across to someone. And that self-pity doesn't help anything either. But I fear I'm not always the best with words.
I don't know what will bring Brenin back to who he was.
Well,
He's lost right now.
what he's doing is not being found, but he seems to like the idea of making his own decisions or having someone else make decisions unto him. It's strange. But it is not a way that's actually helping anything. It's just, well, from an outside observer, it looks like he's unhappy about the outcomes of a few days past and looking for ways to sort of stretch out that feeling of hurt.
Probably.
If this sort of thing happens again, I'm not going to stand by idle.
I agree.
I'll sort of nod and walk away.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious, Knutt.
Mhm.
What would you do instead? Instead of
I'm-
standing by idly?
This was a
You come to
conversation
my aid?
where this was a conversation where you weren't. I was intentionally trying to talk to as an aside.
You guys What are you doing? Brennan's slightly patched up. No one else seems to be bothering Brennan at this point, or at least no one seems to know who he is at this point. Walking by. Are you going to attempt to continue your journey towards the area, or are you going to stay here for the night?
You feel better, Brennan?
I don't want to stay another night.
I was just starting to love this town. And I'll start heading south.
Did he say he wants to stay another night?
Oh, he wants to? I thought you said, I don't want to stay another night.
He wants to.
Oh.
No, he
Why?
wants to.
Silas didn't seem like he got enough out of his system.
And what is this doing for you?
I don't know. Kind of. Getting what I feel internally done externally.
Yeah, that ain't okay. That isn't okay. I don't have to have known you for long enough to know something like that is not okay. I've been among a lot of people and in a lot of places, but something like that is not an effective or safe coping mechanism. You're a paladin, yeah?
Mostly.
You follow a religion, yeah?
Not a religion. A code.
Okay. What's your code say?
I literally just had this up.
Vigilance. The threats you face are cunning, powerful, and subversive. Be ever alert for their corruption. Loyalty. Never accept gifts or favors from friends or those who truck with them. Oh, sorry, not friends. Fiends. Or those who truck with them. Stay true to your order, your comrades, and your duty. Discipline. You are the shield against the endless terrors that lie beyond the stars. Your blade must be forever sharp, and your mind keen to survive what lies ahead.
And are you doing any of those by laying on the ground and let someone use you as a punching bag?
I guess not.
So get up off your ass and we're walking. If you really believe in those oaths, and you really are going to follow those oaths, then do so. And realize that that first one, vigilance against things, maybe think about it a little bit as we're walking. I'll sort of grab his pack and start carrying it as we're going.
His anger's his problem, Brennan. You made your choice to defend your family. You do the same thing again, yeah?
Yeah.
Then I know you made the right decision, and I'll try to help him out.
Get up, put on my armor. So if you're still walking, it's going to take 10 to 20 minutes. You're going to be ahead for 10 to 20 minutes.
I'm also carrying 2 people's worth of stuff, so it's
That's
not
true.
like I'm moving fast.
I'll
I
say,
assume, like, yeah, you did
I will-
it finally, and you're, like, not moving. You're just, like, dragging in the sand, trying to carry these 2 loads. Like,
To be fair, Knutt actually is pretty strong,
That's
but yeah, he's doing it in a way where how to describe
he's doing the walk and look back, and then walk a few more steps.
he's got
and look back.
the car keys and then is waiting by the car sort
Oh, okay.
of
Yeah.
vibe.
I'll say as you're finishing up putting on your armor, You see Ola come out once again. Kind of looks, takes stock. And you see she kind of brings out a small little bag and hands it to you. I was able to pick that up from some of the remnants. Kind of walks back. Do you open the bag?
Yes.
You see inside there is, I'll let you decide. What would you have given Kara for your betrothal?
Silk sash.
You see a ruined silk sash along with some, like a small necklace that Kara used to wear. The silk sash is a little bit burnt, but it's there. And the necklace, the cord for it is definitely new, but the small little gemstone that was there is still in relatively good shape.
Like some more tears as we walk.
What?
Definitely more tears as we walk.
Mm-hmm. You guys start heading out of town.
As we start walking, I will stay right by Brennan's side. This burden that you carry, don't think of it as a weight upon your shoulders or your soul. Use it as the driving force behind finding what's right, fighting for what's right, following your oath. I've seen you do it for as long as I remember. And to be honest, you've pulled me out of the darkness more times than I can count. And I know you feel like you made the wrong choice. But in the end, the only wrong choice any of us can make is to stop fighting.
To do better.
That was quiet. What?
I will try to do better.
No, I'm not doing it. I was going to do the Star Wars quote, but I'm not doing it.
You guys walk for a couple more hours. You guys can go later into the evening after your rest, but after a while, the evening and the dark kind of naturally gets you a little bit more tired as you continue your journey. You begin seeing at this point the forest beginning to die back down a little bit, and you're actually looking off into the distance, and you're seeing this sort of weird heat mirage, even though it's fairly chill on this night, off in the distance. And you see a couple of like magical flares shoot off every once in a while and then kind of run back into the ground. As you see, probably some of you for the first time, the Manarot deserts on the horizon and the magical distortions that are happening there. As you are all settling down for the night, who's taking first watch?
Knut will go first.
Perfect. Make a perception check.
3.
3. You don't notice anything. As you're kind of staring off towards Manarot Deserts, taking in the weird and wacky magical sights. Before you feel a hand on your head and a devilish face pops up right next to you. Hi there, lost one.
Top of the evening to you. What can I help you with?
You see a small imp creature, kind of a flat sort of pig nose with a scorpion tail and very long claws, kind of still holding your head. Oh, you're what I've been looking for. A child of a celestial.
Pleased to meet you too. Can you take your hand off my head?
Kind of just... You feel like some blood kind of trailing down your forehead. Kind of moves in front of you and sits down and just stares at you. We've been looking for you.
Who's we? Who are you? What? I mean, I'm flattered. I really am. I know I'm renowned across the many worlds, but who are you?
I'm the one that's gonna deliver you. And he snaps his fingers, and you see about 5 more imps around him. And we're going to end there.
Oh,
Tonight.
great.
Damn it!
Great.
I mean, yeah, we're 3 hours in.
About 3 hours.
I know.
Before we'll start off combat with the next session as these
Okay,
impish creatures
fine.
begin to take an interest
Oh,
in
yeah.
our new companion. Yeah, alright. Well, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Swing and a Crit and Miss. If you liked it, give us a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And we hope we'll see you next time. See ya!